Welcome to episode number 63 of the Eavesdrop podcast. We have a special guest, and I say special simply because we have a literal walking legend, somebody that's going to go down in the history books, Hall of Famer for two things.
Hopefully.
Call of Duty and also my personal Hall of Fame. What's up, man? Where the fuck have you been? First of all, let's clear up a couple of things. People are wondering why I'm so cool. Hecz, why are you so cool? Why are you so cool that you get to wear sunglasses inside of the studio? This episode is brought to you by DoorDash, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them later on. You obviously know what the deal is. You don't want to go outside. You don't want to be social. You order DoorDash.
Hell yeah.
300,000 restaurants come to your door. I can order right now, go home, and have my breakfast ready. Anyway, I'm wearing this because I got an eye sty.
You don't want to see it.
It's not bad. But I am self-conscious about it.
I mean, my glasses are off, but...
yeah. I don't know. Out of nowhere, I was telling Karma before this started that I don't see how it happened. I clean everything I touch. I'm a germaphobe, as you guys know. I don't know. I don't scratch my eyes. I don't touch my face rarely.
I mean, would it just be like your eyelash?
What I think
something
is that
like when you're laying on it, it just got all fuzzy.
I always blame everything that everything that has to do with germs. I blame it on the dogs. Even though Jude takes excellent care of them, washes them, pampers them better than me, truly. And what I said immediately, I'm like, you must have left our bedroom door open. One of these little fucks ran into the room and was fucking running around, and it's like, oh shit, wow.
But aren't dogs clean as fuck?
We're like, wait a minute, this pillow is like cool. It's got like a cool cooling gel on it. I'm gonna wipe my ass. I'm gonna carpet surf on this shit or pillow surf.
They're getting you back.
Yeah, and then I went and so dogs are clean. Who said that?
I mean, I don't know. Aren't most of those animals clean? Like, they clean themselves pretty well
with their tongue, and then they fucking rub whatever it was.
I mean,
no asshole.
That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how like they clean themselves and then the tongue goes, back there. But
my question
is
this, Karma. Okay, and this is something for people that study history and the etymology of things.
Oh, I'm the wrong person.
How is it the humans need toilet paper? No other animal, no monkey, no fucking giraffe. Nobody wipes their ass. Dogs, we've seen dogs carpet surf and shit. But like, do we have the ability to take a poop without having to check whether or not? Like, I feel like we're the only species that like overdoes it. Like, if
I don't think we're overdoing it.
No, I'm with it.
I mean, we got what are those wipes?
Baby wipes.
Yeah,
flushable baby wipes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't use them, but
why?
It's just weird.
No, it's not. It's like
I don't even know if I've tried them, to be honest.
Oh my god! So you use toilet paper? Have you not seen the commercials? And I know we're not talking about poop the whole episode, but you have to. And I know that people are going to argue it's like it's bad for the environment. It's bad for the environment. I have nothing to say about that.
It's good for my body.
It's good for my ass. It's like I don't know.
Anyways.
It's pretty disgusting. I wanted to have you on the podcast. Last time we sat in front of each other, we sort of left it on a cliffhanger, right? Because we didn't talk about your career as a battle royale extraordinaire.
Kind of. We touched on it, I think.
Yeah, but the reason I'm asking about battle royale is because right now we have a really, really good BR in Call of Duty in Warzone.
Yeah. Some
people say, I mean, some shit's broken, but I've never had more fun on any BR than this one. And my first integration into battle royale was Fortnite. I didn't play PUBG. I didn't play H1Z1. And when I saw you sniping in the cartoon, I was like, holy shit, I want to play this game. Like, it's so dope. We had the bullet drop, which was something I always wanted. And I got really into it, and then the building shit started to happen.
Yeah.
The reason I was asking you about BR is, like, now that you retired, and we'll talk about the reasons for your retirement or why you chose to, now that you retired, do you see yourself just going straight into just trying to make whatever you can happen in BR, or is it just something that you play just for playing's sake?
Oh, well, I mean, right now, it's like you said, well, I don't really play Fortnite. Obviously, I'm not a builder. That I was like, it was pretty clear. Like I like sniping, and that's one thing I really like in Warzone. I mean, I've liked in all of them. PUBG, Islands of the Nine. Most people probably won't know that, but it was like my favorite BR.
Really? That's the robotic one, right?
Oh, it was kind of futuristic-ish looking. It was like kind of arcadey.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got on that game, and I think I was number one in kills, number one in solo squads for most kills. Like I got on and played that religiously, like I was scrimming for COD. But I mean, I wasn't scrimming, but I was playing it casually. It was super fun. But the launch, they had like one of the worst launches
ever
of any game.
Yeah, I played it for one drop.
Yeah, it was on like the same day as, I think it was the first time the Fortnite, it was one of the new Fortnite seasons, you know, where they had like everyone come in the world. Yeah, the event. And then I think they had Doc and maybe Shroud for their launch. And I don't think the game worked for 2 days. So they quit. And I mean, at that time, Shroud was still on Twitch. There was probably over 100,000 people watching. And I mean, they weren't happy, right? They sat there thinking, you know, they were going to play the launch for this game. And that's 100,000 people who were like, yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
But I mean, personally, like mechanically and just the way the guns were and the movement in that game and the fast pace of it, it's why it was honestly like one of my favorite or my most favorite BR that I had ever played.
Well, just mechanically and the movement. What was it that made you like it that much?
Like the gunplay. And the map wasn't that big. And you were really fast. Like it was kind of like, you know, Blackout was. I feel like Blackout was a little fat. Like the movement was faster, right?
Yes, way faster. And it was a AAA title too. That was like
too.
There was no hiccups. It was smooth. Aside from the dumb like flooding of the map, like I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't get into the sniping of Blackout. Yeah, I don't know why. And I don't know why I got into this one. Like the rifle, the AX50 that I use now, like. In any other Call of Duty, I would have forced myself to use the Car 98 period just because I have this like weird. That's my image, and that's what I'm supposed to fucking play. I don't know what it was.
But yeah, I mean BRs like right now, really the only one that I like is Warzone. But then that's like one of the things that's like kind of screws me. Like if you watch anyone play seriously, I guess, or in any of the tournaments or any of the high kill things. You don't see anyone snipe because it just doesn't make sense. You have a Grau,
which snipes.
It's like a sniper.
Yeah.
And then you got the MP5 or Vector or whatever you choose to use up close, and that's just the way you play it if you want to get a lot of kills. But the sniper to me is the most fun thing to do. It's something I've loved in every BR. It's like I was talking to Trainwrecks the other day. I was playing with him and a couple people, and he was like, you never hear anyone be like, yo, Hector, nice Grau kill, you know, or like nice MP5. No. Like there's no like wow factor to it. And then yesterday in the Nick Merckx gauntlet, I mean, dude, I was sniping people like 500 meters across the damn map. Like it was insane. I just made a video. Like
I saw the bubbly swagger.
Yeah, I was bored late last night and was like, you know what, I got some clips from today. I'm just gonna throw them up. And I mean, when I've been sniping, like I just do some crazy things. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Even when I land super, like on the ground, I'll see, I don't know, some sort of AR or SMG, and then I see MK2. I'm like, I'm gonna grab the MK2 and try doing some crazy shit. Like that's like a semi-auto. I guess.
And you play with a controller, right? Still?
Yeah.
Do you play on a PC?
On PC.
Yeah. The difference is fucking insane, right?
It's game changing.
Do you think that is a possibility in the future for everyone? Because right now, I feel like everybody's playing half a game.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
From an FOV perspective, like you see more.
That alone.
Yeah, that alone is do you think that's in the future for us?
For like
Call of Duty, CDL. Do you think that at any point there's a viable up?
I have honestly thought for a while that it should be even if it's controller. Like I mean, it probably should be controller. If they were to do PC, I think. I mean, I don't know. It could work. It opened like a huge
community
pool of players. Yeah. Like it'd be insane. But obviously, like with the aim assist. I don't know how it might not change, but hell, there could be some crazy dude. Like even look at Huskers. I know it's only BR, but from what I've watched, like he's nuts on the mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
I can't play this game on mouse and keyboard. The movement, I'm just so used to it on a controller. Whereas like Blackout was different. Because the movement, it wasn't like too crazy. Like I'm so used to slide canceling, you know, like I was saying. Whereas Blackout, it was like slide, jump.
Yeah.
Now it's, I don't know, it just throws me off. And after playing all year,
I asked the PC player Barton, who I was playing with in that tournament. He's nasty. I asked him, can you slide cancel on PC? And he said, I think there's a fucking way to do it, but nobody does it.
I've tried. I like sit there and I'm like,
forward.
I like hold shift and W, and then like I go to try slide cancel and I like move my pinky down, control, or I'll like do like CC jump, and I don't know, but I was watching some guy, and someone I was with said that you can do a macro. Mm-hmm. Where it'll do the slide cancel for you when you hit the button. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a thing, but...
I think I don't even know where to begin this conversation because of the COVID and because of everything that has happened, because of the cross-platform opportunities. Like, we never in Call of Duty seen cheaters like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Never in Call of Duty have we seen cheaters.
Yeah.
Right? And the second that we start doing this cross-platform, we have some of these deplorables out there fucking like literally cheating for what, right? And it kind of gets me mad because this whole I just don't know the point of it. I'm not a loser, so I don't think what it would feel like to be proud of winning cheating. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but we've never had that problem. So that opens it up. Now the fact that we're competing online, like there's rumors out there, right? Mm-hmm. And I almost don't want to talk about them because I don't want to bring light to it because there's no proof or anything. Yeah. But a lot of people have said that it's a thing, right? And the amount of people that get caught because of these cheaters and aimbotters and that, like people like Symphony, people like Huskers, people like immediately like they got to be cheating. There's no way that they're that good.
I don't know, that stuff. I feel that those people are just I don't even know the word for it, but it's like how are you gonna think they're cheating?
Yeah,
like
they're streaming on top.
They're
of it.
streaming, yeah. Like unless they have some crazy advanced shit that I don't even know. I think it probably is possible, but I don't know. I mean, they've all been, they were pros in like other games. They were like top H1 players. Huskers was like a top Apex player. And then Warzone came out, and he loves it so much he's playing Warzone. Yeah.
Symphony was the builder in what is it?
Those accusations are just dumb. Like, look at them, and then look at the guy fucking John Wick in your game, who's literally like, like I seen a clip from Cap and Mud Dog, I think a couple weeks ago. Dude, it was the most like insane aimbot I've ever seen. But at the same time, it's almost like. Well, I've played a lot of PC games, like Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov. It's crazy, the cheaters. But they've kind of fixed it because of like the ping. A lot of the cheaters were from China. Yeah. But I mean, that's not to say that North America has cheaters. Like they do.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's kind of crazy that a company this big like didn't have any anti-cheat at all. Because I mean, I know some people from Rust that I watched play MW2, and there were people cheating in that, and he went and did it. Like you can just do it; it's that easy. And it's probably like the same system the people use in this game, so it's like it's always been there, and it's not as I don't think. Have you got cheated lately in Warzone?
No.
Yeah.
Last time I got cheated. Well. You also have to understand when you die as much as I do, and when you get,
but you'll know. I mean, like,
trust me,
it's like it's different from me, like you know, like just aiming over. You know, I maybe miss a little bit, but these guys are like, literal like John Wicks.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's an internal problem that Activision needs to fix immediately, especially if there is if there's a possibility that we can get to play on the full game.
Yeah.
And I say the full game because of the graphics. You play a completely different game when you're playing on PC. Never in my life did I think that I was playing a blurry game until I saw what a non-blurry game looks like. The detail, the movement, like everything's so much smoother. The FOV, like everything just enhances it. I'm playing a different game. I'm having fun playing this game because of how much better it looks. And to me, that is a travesty that at the highest professional level of Call of Duty, we're playing half a game.
Yeah.
We're playing on shit servers. We're playing on a game that doesn't look good at all. And I'm not talking shit about PlayStation. PlayStation has done so much for Call of Duty from the beginning that thank you, right? But at the same time, like, it's time. If you guys can provide something that looks as good as it does on PC, then it's time to move on.
I mean, well, realistically, it would never will.
Never will what?
I don't think it'll
look
never
as
be as like maybe because I mean look at the new consoles that are coming out, right? Yeah. They're as much as a PC, and I don't think they'll like what's the price of the PS5? Maybe like did they say like 800?
800, yeah.
You probably get I don't know $800 for a PC. It's not horrible, but I mean you'll still get the good PC, I guess, perks, maybe we'll call it that you wouldn't get on your $800 PlayStation.
Yeah.
But I mean, but yeah, I agree. Like, even in Blackout, right? End of Black Ops 4, Holly was like, why aren't you streaming Blackout? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Holly, PC Blackout is dead. Mm-hmm. When that game came out, I grinded Blackout. Like, I was insane at Blackout PC. And then I go back and then I play multiplayer all year. Then it's like, oh, Blackout's popping now on PS4. But like going from Blackout PC to Blackout console, and like just knowing the differences, like the frames. I mean, there's no FPS counter, but I swear, even on a PS4 Pro, Warzone, Blackout, like there's times where it feels like I'm getting like 30, 40 FPS. You can feel the dips. The average person, though, I mean, they won't notice it. Like I remember back in high school, my friends, they'd be like, hey, come over to our house, play some games. And he's in his basement, 50-inch TV. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I can't shoot shit. They're like, aren't you supposed to be good at this? Like, I play on a little monitor with no lag. Yeah. But they're used to this big one, so it's kind of like the same
with
thing.
Latency and shit.
Yeah, they're used to how the console version looks, and they just think like that's the best you can get. But until you play on PC, it's just insane. Like the smooth, it's like you said, the smoothness, the FPS, the FOV. You don't even have to use the max FOV. I don't think anyone does. But it's more than what you get on console, which is like 60.
Yeah. I think, 120. I don't even know what I use.
Honestly, it'd be nice, even on console, if you get an FPS slider. I think Battlefield had it on console when I played that. I don't even think that would be that bad. But it doesn't really fix the blurriness of it. It's hard as shit to see in this game.
Especially in this game, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's probably due to, like, the vastness of the map, and I think that's one of the reasons this BR has popped off so much. Obviously everyone has the things they don't like I don't like all the buildings. I don't like how you can go in every building. I don't like how every building has 20 floors. But hey, that's what they did, and we get like 150 people in the game, and there's no BR that has that many people. Like,
no,
every other one was 100.
Yeah, I've never landed downtown.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm warming up in Plunder, right, where I just land with all my weapons and I'm just shooting around.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking from a casual perspective, right, because I don't play as much as I do. Sometimes I play with my friends from home. That's the other thing. Like, all my friends from home that I know for all my life who never played this thing but played Fortnite, because that's what, we used to play together, and that's what got us to sort of play that, all play Call of Duty now. Mm-hmm. And it's tough for them because they don't have 10 years of practice. And they still love it because there's something about it that just makes them want to play it over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all the bad things that like us, I don't know, serious players or people who are like want to kill race and stuff. All the things that we hate are what the casuals like. Like Warzone is a place for almost like any play style. You can go with your buddies and just sit there or go, collect some recons, find the end circle, post up.
Yeah.
To me, is that fun? No, but like to a lot of people, yeah, it's fun.
I used to play game battles matches, TDM game battles matches on Call
same.
of Duty 4, where I would just literally sit back alley and just watch for the full 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I would just sit there and watch, and then the second something happened where I was able to kill someone, then the game starts, and then it's just fucking rushing to try to get your kill back.
No, yeah, hardcore TDM was like all I played in COD 4, then Search, and I mean, yeah, like you're not lying. Like it was intense.
Yeah.
Like it was as intense as Search and Destroy, maybe more. Like you could start off and it's either one, someone goes for a pre-sniper or pre-nade.
Mm-hmm.
If no one gets that kill, it's like the most intense 2 to 3 minutes, maybe even all the way into the end, where it could be like 3 kills to 4, and like you're trying to like go in, get a kill, don't die, and maybe get more. And I don't know, unless you played hardcore TDM back in the day, or even just normal TDM in a competitive aspect, like most people nowadays would laugh at it, like, hey, you're playing competitive TDM, but like it was intense.
100%. And I used to watch these videos when I started making videos. I used to watch these videos from XPL. Extreme Platforms was the name of the ladder way back when. They had the championship Call of Duty match, and the first map was TDM.
Yeah.
Right? All through King of the Hill in what was the name of it? In NX Gamers. What started like that. It was TDM headquarters, and I don't think we played S&D at all. You good?
Excuse me. Burping. Sorry.
No, burp it that way, dude.
I tried.
There's a COVID going around and shit.
Yeah.
Here, drink some of this.
Hell
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So I'm a firm. Trust me, I like the intense games, and I think that's what they go for, right? They feel like they are literally being hunted by 147 people, and they are the only 3 in the game. And their game, my friend's game, is to obviously win, but they don't see it as 3 versus 3 versus 3. They see it as all 100.
Yeah, they're against everyone.
So they're just like hiding from everybody the whole time, and they hide in houses and they do that. And one day I sat and I'm like, I'm gonna play with you guys and see what it goes. So I had to like literally drag them out of there, and I was dropping 17 because skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah.
Never have I ever dropped 17. I don't drop. I don't. It's a rare occasion when I drop 10 kills. Rare. It's a rarity. If I use the Grau and only a Grau, or but I snipe and that's my thing, so I don't mind. I don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
But it was insane. Like that's the other thing that's like sort of damaging this one thing, right? Like nobody has these abilities to do that, but at the same time, like I understand Activision's point of view. I don't want my friends to get shit on and fucking go off on their merry way. So, but where's the happy medium? You know what I mean? Like where do you find it?
I mean, I don't know. I would have started with what I said. I feel like there's almost too many buildings you can go into. I guess it's not too bad that you can go up all of them all the way to the top, but it's like there's just too many. There's really never been like a BR like this.
No.
For the most part. Like even PUBG, I mean, there's some big cities, and I don't think you go in every building.
Yeah, I don't. I look. I understand the rooftops. I like the rooftops. I like that there's that gameplay. But in the final circle, when it's, and I like that it's random. I like that.
Those ones are rough. At least it moves now.
Yeah, at least it moves. Yeah, whatever though. But even then, having to, I don't like elevator or not, elevator shaft or not. I don't want to have to climb all the shit. I mean, thank God they didn't open every single one of the fucking doors.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't know. I mean, it's
at least let me. I don't know, one hand my gun on the elevator or something. You go up those and you
someone is there with 3 claymores and
fucking
I don't know. What worries me
that or like onto that, like some of the buildings, like the pool building near storage, you can only climb the ladder to get on the roof.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous. Like buildings like that I think is why people like us like just like get pissed. I'll be playing, I go kill a team storage, and there's a team on top pool.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, there's one ladder.
Yeah.
We can't airstrike a whole square.
Yeah.
We might down one, but there's 3 more. You down 1 or 2, they're going to be up in time.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do anything to someone on that type of building.
No.
any building you get on, hey, sure, fair game.
Yeah.
But like a building with a ladder to get on top, I don't know, things like that are really bother me.
I like the way the police station does it, where there's the shaft and then there's also the ladder on the outside.
Yeah.
What scares me for the next iteration of this is that we finally gotten a really good one. I'm not saying the Blackout wasn't good, because it was good, it was fun, but this one is different. This one gives you that the genius idea to put bounties and fucking all the other ones.
Yeah.
Was super, super good. But what's going to happen on the next one, right? Like, is this the one that's going to marry all of the franchises together and keep it something? Is the right move to have somebody solely dedicated to BR? If so, us as team owners and people that have invested as much money as we did into these leagues, should we start eyeing out to see who's going to be our BR player? Can we incorporate some of the I don't like, these are all things that we should decide, like, before we go any further, right? We have a good BR. It's bringing a lot of people from a different games together. Why wouldn't we double down on that and continue to go down that road? Continue to go down that path.
I agree, and I mean, I don't even know. Like, that was like one worry I had in the beginning of this game. I mean, we were at player meeting, and it's just like we knew Warzone was coming out, or well, we didn't actually know, but we knew something was coming. And I mean, I was just like, all right, so like right now the support for multiplayer is not up to par, or well, at least for competitive, that I would like personally. And then with that coming out, I was like, so yeah, so this BR is going to come out, and they're probably just not going to care about competitive. And sadly, we haven't seen a competitive update since then. And part of me like wants to say I mean, they still do need a lot of changes, but I mean, it's a little too late for that. But I think the core of the game is like the issue. Like, look at squad spawns. That is a core thing in the game. Yeah. And I don't think they were ever going to be able to fix the spawns. No. It's just like what was the sledge game? World War II?
World War II, yeah.
Yeah, it was like kind of the same situation with that. Like, before we had good perks, normal perks and all that, and then they were like, hey, we're gonna add new divisions instead of perks. So it's just something they changed. And I mean, that was, we had normal spawns in every COD until this one, and squad spawns. And I mean, I think part of that was probably due to Ground War and Warzone, or just the idea of the big ground war. Yeah. I think that's what they based it off of. Yeah. And it probably does help the casual players, because you probably shouldn't always spawn in the same spot. I think that's why, like, for me personally, I don't really enjoy the pubs, because it's like, okay, I want to go here, spawn trap you there, and know that you're over here. But now it's like, okay, I go over here, kill you here, and I'm like looking at my map, because I mean, that's how I've played every Call of Duty. Yeah. I can look at my map and know where the other team's going to be. Yeah,
it's intuitive.
Unless like some bizarre like scenario, like, and that's something like you learn playing. Yeah. But now it's like, yeah, you go there, kill that guy. Well, they're just going to spawn out. Like it's just the way it is. You're going to spawn where the other guy spawned. But yeah, in terms of competitive, it's just like there are things that need to be fixed, but I don't really know how much they can do. I mean, like, bro, because the core of the game.
How many more games do we have? 4? 3?
Events?
Yeah, 4. 3 homestands and champs. Isn't it? I don't know. I think
2,
it's something like
3.
That. I should know this. I have a show.
I don't know.
The thing is like it's unfixable at this point.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do? And then you have.
But I was just saying, like, from my standpoint as a player, it's just like, I don't know, it just sucked. Like Infinite Warfare, the last IW game, the game was fucked at the beginning, and I think within a month, like, they fixed it. But the core of the game was the same as every other COD, aside from the abilities, right? So like spawns, they fixed spawns. But yeah, we get to this game, and they added something new. That it was what they wanted to do, and that was a core thing that was really bad for a competitive Call of Duty. And unfortunately, it just nothing could be done. But so, that sucks.
Yeah. So I think that obviously, when was the last competitive update that there was? Right, like it was 2, 3, 4 events.
It was longer. It was whenever they
No, it was 4 events ago. No, you're right. It was
like actual update or like the attachment things. Like last competitive where they changed something was when they fixed the flag neutral times.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
No, I think for somebody, I remember it clearly because they were telling us like, oh, there's a new update that just happened, so we have to like redo that. Now, I just heard this from Dylan.
Yeah.
Because I was vlogging and I asked him, the spawns are different in 12-tick servers?
Don't quote me because I only played
so
one.
You're saying it, so
I mean, you can quote me, but I'm kind of like going off of hearsay maybe.
Yeah.
I only played one scrim on the 60 hertz.
Yeah.
But from what I've gathered is basically what you're saying is the normal custom games, 12 hertz, have like the normal spawns. The 60 hertz GB custom games or whatever you can scrim on have different spawns, but I've also talked to a couple people and like they say they're different, but it's like it's still playable, but they are different, which is weird. Like I don't know, it might only be a couple different things. I don't know for sure, but it's like, yeah, customs are different from the GB 60 hertz. So it's like, why? Like, do you scrim on the bad servers with the normal spawns, or scrim on the good servers with all the same spawns but maybe some different ones, and then go play your match on the 60 hertz one that has the same spawns as the 12 hertz one? Now we're just around the fucking world now, but it's weird. And I mean, I don't know what you would do.
You guys are in a swirly, as you guys say.
Not me.
Well, yeah.
Not me. I didn't get to experience that part.
Yeah.
I experienced everything else. So
it is. Look, I almost want to say it's a learning period, right? Like this is the first time that we're doing this, but we've been doing this for 10 years, dude. Like, now we're getting the support. Now we have a good infrastructure back there, and it's a matter of communicating early on, and you never know, right? Like you never, like, as the creators and developers, like they'll never know what sort of exploits you guys are gonna find. You know what I mean? So like it's hard to plan for that.
The only part I would knock is like, I don't know.
What?
I was gonna say, like, yeah, they're not gonna know, like their testers are not gonna find out like a slide X, but like all the other things in the game that, like, I feel like, I don't know, the game came out with just things that like were broken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and just shouldn't have been like that. Which in like leading, like this was supposed to be the big year, and to be fair, it hasn't been that bad. Like I wouldn't say it's been the worst. It's been good. At least when I was playing in the league, I felt like everyone at the actual league itself, like, I feel like they've done a good job running it this year. I don't know. I feel like everything was good. I feel like the problem was just we got a non-competitive game, really. Okay. I think that's the one. Like, if this year was Black Ops 4, this year could have been fucking crazy. Yeah. Because I mean, yeah, you've even seen people tweet on Twitter. It's like Mox the other day was like, I'm playing Black Ops 4, and he's looking like a little kid, like eating cake. He's like, oh my God, I know where they're spawning. Like, he just looks so happy. And it was just the way the game is. And I mean, that's honestly one of the reasons I didn't want to go any longer, is like, how many more years can I go? Like, okay, hopefully the next one is the same.
Wait, hold on. Before we talk about the reason as to why you stepped down, let me give a quick shout out to the sponsor, DoorDash. DoorDash coming back to us for another week, and certainly appreciate the support on the podcast. The podcast would not be where it's at if it wouldn't have been with you guys supporting as much as you guys did. And it's simple. Okay, look, between you having to do what the endless cycles, the washing the dishes, the mowing the lawn, the going to work, the meetings, I mean, you name it, right? You don't have time to also go home and prepare food, and you don't need to, right? Whether you want Chinese, you want pizza, whatever, if you're craving froyo, whatever it is that you're craving, there's something for everyone on DoorDash, okay? You can continue to support your local restaurants in your community safely. There are thousands of restaurants open for delivery on DoorDash that need your patronage now more than ever. Support your favorite restaurants on DoorDash. You've counted on restaurants. Now they're counting on you. And while their dining rooms may be closed, they're still open for delivery with DoorDash. DoorDash is the application that brings food to you, whatever it is that you're craving, whenever it is that you're craving it, right to your door. Ordering is easy. Open the DoorDash application, choose what you want to eat, and your food will be left safely outside of your door. With the new contactless delivery drop-off setting, you don't have to deal with anyone. They can just leave it outside your door, and then you watch them walk away, and you open the door, you grab the stuff very safely and good. With over 300,000 partners in the United States, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, you can now support your local go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Chipotle, Wendy's, Cheesecake, Popeyes. That's what I do on the extra crispy chicken, spicy. If I could order extra spicy, I would. If I could make the Cajun mashed potatoes spicier, I would. I just don't have that ability. Otherwise, that would be my go-to. All right. Many of your favorite local restaurants are still open for delivery, as I just mentioned. Okay. Obviously, with everything that's going on in this world, all the safety precautions that we need to take in order to make this a better return to normalcy, I think that this is the app that helps you do that without, one, causing stress to you, messing with your schedule because of the amount of stuff you have to do, and more importantly, the fact that you don't have to have that human interaction that in a time of need we don't need to. Okay, right now, our listeners can get $5 off, zero delivery fees on their first orders of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash application and enter code Eavesdrop. That's EAVESDROP. That's $5 off and zero delivery fees for your first order when you download the DoorDash application in the App Store and enter code Eavesdrop. Okay. First order of $15 or more, and I don't know anybody that orders anything under $15. At that point, just skip that meal and then just order something super good following that. Again, don't forget that that's code Eavesdrop for $5 off your first order with DoorDash. One last time for the people in the back. Get $5 off, zero delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash application and you enter code Eavesdrop. That's EAVESDROP. You were talking about how many more years can you go down using and hoping that there's going to be a game that comes out? Do you really believe that there's going to be a place? Having two different developers, right? Having Activision, having Treyarch and having IW, and those two not communicate with each other, because that's what it seems like that's what the proof has shown. Yeah. Do you think that there will ever be something like on a basketball court, on a football field, on anywhere, like this is the fucking court? Yeah. Okay. These are the rules of the court. This is the universe that we're going to live in for the next, 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't think that Call of Duty could ever do that because of the amount of elements. Like at some point or another, there's going to be a developer that thinks, you know what, and it might work, it might not. It's like we should have a part of the map that falls or drops at a certain thing, and you can get a power up or whatever. I mean, it's so creative, and it's so in the digital realm that you can literally do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. But it's impossible to predict through an algorithm code or whatever, what is going to happen at a very specific time. Nobody knows. Good. And
I get that, you can't keep the game the same for 20 years. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay.
League of Legends will be that.
Okay, but in terms of that, right, you can't keep the game the same, though. The core things of those games stayed the same, for the most part. Maybe one you could jump with certain guns and do whatever, but all the maps, spawn at the same spots for the most part. All the maps look the fucking same. But then, like I said, you get look at Call of Duty. Going back from, I don't even know, COD 4. You get COD 4. It's COD 4. That's you played COD 2, so I don't know, you probably wouldn't have COD with that mindset, but for me it was COD 3, and I was like, okay. But then COD 4 came out. It was completely different, but it was really good. And then you got World at War, and I mean, to me that was really good, and it was still pretty much the same, but it wasn't COD 4, and it wasn't modern. And then you get MW2, MW3, they're all pretty much the same. You get specialist bonus or streaks in MW3. But MW2 is the same as all the other CODs, kill streaks, spawns, everything. Then Then you get to what? MW2, MW3. What was after that?
MW3, Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2. Okay, then you got Black Ops 2. It's still pretty much fundamentally the same, but now like we're a little more advanced. We're more in the future. There's some crazy attachments, but everything's still the same. Perks, they all make sense. All that's still the same. Still got kill streaks, and then you get after Black Ops 2 Ghosts, and then that's where we get a new mode.
Mm-hmm. The dashing one. What's it called?
Blitz.
Blitz, yeah.
Yeah, Blitz. Perks, I had the specialist bonus. So, but for the most part, it was still the same. Everything was still the same. Then you keep going. Then we get Advanced Warfare. I think was after that.
Advanced Warfare? After what?
Ghost?
After Ghost?
Had to been, I think.
After Ghost came... Wait, Ghost was Infinite...
Black Ops 2, Ghost...
Black Ops 3, no?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Black Ops...
Yeah, because it's
no.
IW, Treyarch, IW.
Ghost
was IW.
I'm pretty sure Advanced Warfare is after Ghost.
Could be.
Because then...
Verticality came after that?
We played Black Ops 3 Champs after AW.
Okay, yeah.
So it definitely was that. But then you get that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit, it was completely different. Like,
yes.
It was like you could tell Titanfall was coming out and all those games were coming out because it was like they built the game kind of based on how all the other games around that time were. And then you skip ahead. So I don't know what the public thought about Advanced Warfare. Probably didn't. I don't know if it got like... No, it didn't. Okay, so then you go to the next game, Black Ops 3. This around the time maybe Overwatch and all that stuff's coming out. Mm-hmm. And what do you know? We get abilities on our characters. But the core game is still there. Like the spawns, everything's normal. You got perks, everything, and so on and so on. And then, like I said, the ones that like I really didn't enjoy that much. This game, Modern Warfare, the core game changed. You get World War II. I liked it at first, but the core of the game was just something I didn't think really made any sense and shouldn't have changed because the core of Call of Duty is good. And like you look at the other games that even like had all the flying and stuff, the core of the game was so good, and then they added that aspect. It was fun as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just like when they change the core, like Counter-Strike doesn't change the core, but COD is when they change the core, that's when it gets weird. But then again, this year is like kind of like an anomaly because I guess the casuals love it, but I don't know. For me, that's just like one thing is like, I don't know, the next game, is it going to be normal? I would assume based off how this year is, there's no chance the next game is anything like this one. It'll probably be back to, in my eyes, in a competitive way, normal. Mm-hmm. But then, after that, it's like, okay, I have a fun year, and then am I going to go play something abnormal the next year? Who knows?
I don't know.
It wasn't fun for me at this point, rather. And I'm also at the point where I can't sit down and play public matches all day, every day. You look at a lot of these guys, the new up and comers, and they play the shit out of the game. They play it like when I was, I don't know, from a little kid to probably like 22-ish. They love playing it.
I was telling Hutch, we were in this tournament, the Twitch Rivals tournament on Monday or Tuesday, and we played. He's like, yeah, we have to play for 6 hours. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? I'm not playing for 6 hours. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this. I'm like, he's like, yeah, you did. And I told you. And he did. I went back and looked at the test and at the text, and it was. You got to play for 6 hours. By the end of those 6 hours, I was like, I don't know how in the past, and maybe it's because I was streaming or there was like another element that added to that. Yeah. But I don't remember the last time. I think most recently had to have been Modern Warfare Remastered, where Fwiz and I signed on at like 9 a.m. my time, and we played until 9 p.m. Like 12 hours, 13 hours, I remember. It was 13 hours, no problems. Yeah. We started out just us 2+2, and then by the time that Diesel and Hutch woke up, We played another 6 hours with no problems. And I told Fwiz, I'm like, yo, I don't remember the last time I played that long with no problems, right? And that goes to show like a love for the game, right? If you're having fun, like the time's gonna fly no matter what.
100%.
And I've had that feeling with Modern Warfare. It's just that for some particular reason, this past Tuesday, I just didn't feel that way. I felt like 6 hours was way too much.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I went from back-to-back meetings in the morning, and then I had to do that, didn't get to eat lunch, whatever have you. But if we don't have fun, right, and this boils down to every human that's ever been good at anything, right? You don't become good at something unless you have a passion for it.
Yeah.
If you have a passion for something, you're always going to be better at it because you don't see it as work, or you don't see it as practice. You don't see it as something that you're working towards. It's just something that you love doing, and you happen to be good at it. And the more you do what you love, you become better at it. Yeah. And I don't know if we will ever get to a place where these two developers, whether it's IW and whatever, I don't know, and I guess I should. It is my fault that I haven't done the research to know how that ecosystem works. How does Activision own Treyarch and Infinity Ward, and at the same time not have full control as to why or don't they talk? Why not create a super studio?
Yeah.
Why not merge both of them and create a super studio? And even if you separate the departments and you have this competition of who can create the better Call of Duty, which is good for us and good for everyone, I don't know why that hasn't happened yet. Or
I mean, they have like one of the best games ever, like most played games ever, most bought games ever. But I don't know. There's just like something weird. And I mean, I don't know. I know like pro players. I mean, I've even done it. Like, we'll be name dropping people or accusing people, but truly, I don't think anyone knows why any of this happens. There's no telling.
There has to be, though.
I mean, this game, to me, it's clear, and I just think it's Warzone. I mean, Warzone was their baby, like,
yeah,
and yeah, that like Modern Warfare was there, but Warzone, I mean, it's probably the most, maybe most played thing right now. Like,
yeah,
it's insane, and I can't blame them for focusing on it.
Yeah.
But it just sucks if you're on the other side.
It sucks. Well, I understand that it is a very small.
Yeah,
there's a very small community, right?
Yeah.
That we are.
Yeah.
But I refuse to believe that we didn't or don't have something to do with the sales. I refuse to believe that from the beginning we didn't have a massive impact in the sales of that fucking game and the aspiration.
Have you dropped into
content.
Verdansk lately?
Yeah.
How many people you seeing in the CDL outfits? They're fucking everywhere. Everywhere.
Fucking tryhards.
You're lucky if you see like a normal skin now.
Yeah. That's true. That should be crazy. An indicator, right?
Even in pubs, you see them. You see them everywhere. Calling cards, outfits. You got the gun camos. They're everywhere, man.
Yeah. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to sort of go down the road.
Yeah.
Because when I start talking, this is my fucking problem is this. When I start talking about something that I'm passionate about and I get mad at,
100%.
I want to go 100% full, knowing that I have that there's no there's no end result in which I get in trouble with because what are people going to do to me?
That's how I felt the other day on Nameless Podcast.
Yeah, like what is there to do? Like
it's like I'm done playing. Like I'm gonna say how I feel now.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong, but that's what I feel.
Yeah,
how I feel about things have happened or how things are going, and I don't know. Could be wrong about some points, but that from
those
like bottom
points.
of my heart, like that's how I felt about it.
Yeah, I just from a business standpoint, I signed up to be a part of a 12-person sort of group.
Yeah.
And as such, I have a responsibility to shut the fuck up. You're not talking for yourself. No matter how much I think that I sit here and it's me for me, I can't because I have other people that are relying on me to be part of the group, and I am, right? But that's where I was going with wanting to stop because there's so much shit that I can say about what I disagree with and what could change and how easy it would be to change. But this isn't the appropriate channel, right? Yeah. So let's move on to you leaving, right? And it came out of nowhere. I was no bullshit. Like it came out of nowhere to me. You know what I'm saying? Like we've talked about
probably
you.
did to everyone.
Yeah, we talked about you saying, like, yeah, you know, joking around, like, yeah, this might be the last year, or whatever. But I think everybody says that, right? Like I think Scraps said that, right? That he's like, if he has another year like this, that he's retiring and doing that. I mean, like,
all those guys for the most part. I mean, they play a lot. I wasn't even joking. I probably had more time in the fucking shower this year than I did on Modern Warfare. Like. And that's not even a joke.
So no practice, no.
I mean, I played, and you know, I get on, and I'll go hard.
Yeah.
But I mean, the team was. I'm always optimistic. Like you have to be optimistic, but
yeah.
I didn't think our team was going to be that great. It just logically didn't make any sense going into the year.
What part though?
Well, the biggest thing, like when I first joined, and you know, I was in negotiations with it all. Our manager, he was just like, how do you feel about the team? I'm like, well, you know, assuming everything's normal, like Respawn, we got a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
S&D, I was like, I've been pretty good at S&D in almost every COD.
Yeah.
But these guys on my team, we don't have a good S&D team at all. Like the track records, they're not there. And I don't know, it was probably one of my worst years in S&D too. Like it was impossible. It was so hard to play with them, and I mean, I think we all felt that, but it was something that, you know, I seen it coming, and in the first day, you know, when we were just like, hey, we're all gonna team, that's the first thing that came to my head was like, holy shit, search and destroy. Well, you know, we go game 5, the first two events, and this S&D record was just horrible.
Jesus. You guys didn't have the easiest time. Right, I mean, still, right now, you guys have like there was a little light at the end of the tunnel on the last event, but that fucking cooldown period, right?
Oh yeah.
And I've been very boisterous about this very particular thing, right? We at in the behind the scenes infrastructure part of the CDL, we make sure that competitive comes first, and we fail to do that, in my opinion, in that particular case, because that game should not have been stopped. Like there's no reason. I don't remember where. I think it was on the show that I was saying this. There's no reason at any point whatsoever where you put a stop to a game because the broadcast went out. Nobody would have lost anything. The people that lost were the people playing.
When they end up
reverse
having it going, like in one of the matches after it happened again, and they just kept going, but the audio was all fucked up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I had my fair share of experiences this year where honestly I felt like we were almost like test dummies. And I mean, given the situation with Corona and everything, we had to play online.
Of course.
The first, I don't know how many online events I played, maybe 2, maybe 3. The first one though, for sure, was it wasn't right at all, like unplayable. But we were the first ones to play on it. And even when we tested it, it was fine. But, you know, come match time, and I still don't know what the issue was. If it was when we test, there's only like 10 of us in the lobby compared to when the match is on, there's, 14. I don't know, maybe, more. And then, like, I don't know, it just kept happening. Like, if I played on a Texas server, like, I'm in fucking Texas.
Yeah.
I get orange and red bars, but if I go play on Chicago, like we had to ban Texas. I'm like, I can't play on Texas.
And you're from here.
And I'm from here. And then
common sense would dictate that you have better connectivity to the server.
And it'd be good for us because we were at 1.2 west, 2 central, Florida.
Yeah.
But then we were west, 2 central, Atlanta, Florida. So central still would have been the best one.
Yeah.
Central, Texas. But yeah, we just, of all the matches we played on, couldn't play on it. We played on it one time, and I mean, I tweeted out a video, and I wasn't supposed to do it, but I literally like matrixed. Like I started off the series orange bars, and by like second or third map, completely red. It was unplayable. Like at one point, the clip I tweeted, I froze shooting at a guy, and you just see like a million bullets. Like imagine like the Matrix movie when Neo's like in slow motion. You just see all my bullets, and I'm like, dude, what is going on? And I remember Casey being like, oh, don't worry, you'll be back in like 20 seconds. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
And then next map starts or is about to start, and they're like, dude, so do we play this map? And I'm like, do you guys got me? And they're like, what do you want to play on? I'm like, if you guys say you like this host right now, we're playing on it. And I think I went like 8-30. But it was insane. And I mean, I don't know what the issue was. I know later down the road, I think the last event or the last two, I ended up switching to Holly's PlayStation because I was like, hey, there's no way, like, I've made new accounts. I still have orange hexagons no matter what I play. If I host, I have orange hexagons. Get Holly's PlayStation with SSD, make a new account, I play, no lag. Don't get it. It was crazy. It didn't really help me, but it was a lot better than like getting freezes and just seeing a clock and shit on the side. Yeah. So that was frustrating.
I've never seen the
some people don't.
I've never seen it.
So like we had a friend over up in Holly's office. He never got them. He said he never had them. And then Holly said she would get them. But then downstairs, I was like, I mean, I've been lagging for fucking like 5 months, orange bars. Yeah. I'm like, give me your PlayStation. I'm trying this shit out. Yeah. And then I didn't lag, but I mean, I don't know. That was after I already like just couldn't stand playing. Like getting on every day for 5 months, just lagging, even when I'm hosting. So, you know, that aspect was, I don't know. Maybe I should have did it sooner and maybe I would have had more fun, but.
I don't know. Do you think it was time? Do you in the core, like, I mean, if do you think so? Like, if next year you're playing just casually game battles,
still
you're playing
play.
10s,
if I was on like a good team, like, and the game was good, I could still play easily. Yeah, but I don't think it's happening.
What makes a good team in your opinion? Because obviously, like, we went from all those teams and all those players to a pool of 60.
Well, it's just like, I mean, obviously, I mean, I guess you could say I was blessed, but I mean, I played with 2 really good teams for a long time, but it was just like that feeling you get when like everything just clicks, like in respawns, everyone's just on the same page, good comms, S&D, like it's like everyone's thinking ahead of it, and then when it like this year with this team, I don't know. It was just something new every other day. And I mean, I was probably a part of it, like part of the problem, but it was never easy. It was like the hardest thing. I felt like I was fighting an uphill battle every day. So I don't know, this game, but it's also part of it was this game. Like, I feel like we could have done a lot better on any other game. But this game in particular, you know, when you're down in this game, it is not fun. Like, you get put into the cycle where it's like you're spawning here and you're dying over and over. Then if you can't rotate to the next one, you're going to be at the same spot. Then you might have to play 4v5, you know, have someone try again the other spawns. But if you lose that old hill because you're already down 2 hills, like you're in the cycle. And the game's really fun when you're doing that to people. Mm-hmm. We never did that to people. So like maybe once every couple months I felt that feeling. So
if next year you're playing 10s and you're having fun doing that, do you think that you still have the drive to do that? I mean, and if you're saying that this is just a cosmetics thing or a period in time where this is just that game where you just nothing clicked for you, but you have had an illustrious career, a good fucking career. Nobody has 3 rings. Like, you've done it all. Yeah. How do you tell yourself? Because when you tell yourself you retire, you sort of put it in your head that it's like, all right, I'm done with that bullshit. And then you sort of start filling your brain with all the negatives that you didn't like in an attempt to sort of just convince yourself that you are done. Yeah. Right. To convince yourself that it's like, all right, that period in my life is done. Now I'm going to be a streamer, and this is like the next generation. A streamer, a coach, and an analyst, or get on the desk or whatever. Like these sort of opportunities like sort of present themselves to you throughout your entire career, and then when it's time for you to separate from that got you to where you're at, the love of your life, essentially, aside from family, you start to tell yourself and you convince yourself at some point. Like right now, you're telling yourself all the negative things about it. You're telling yourself all the negative things about the game, and all I've heard was negative things about the game, right? Maybe 1 or 2 issues on the team that could be easily replaceable if you just swap a player or you trade a player. But really,
that stuff's not easy.
What part's not easy?
Trading players.
Yeah. Well, no.
Because like I said, I mean, I loved everyone on my team. I liked all of them. but it just didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when we got rid of Enable, like I was really excited to play with Ian, but it wasn't gonna work. And to be honest, we probably needed a 2-person trade or change to get somewhere.
Because you have to adjust for this game.
Yeah,
that's also the problem with
like we needed speed.
Yeah,
and we lacked speed. And I mean, I even said like the day that I was like, yeah, I'm done. Well, even before that, like a couple days, maybe a day or two before, like I actually was like, yeah, I'm done.
Did you wake up and you were just like, I'm done? Just
we'll get there. But a couple days before that, I was like, dude, I mean, well, at one point we all sat down. We did like a big talk together, you know, where Joey's like, all right, everyone sit down. Like our practice was horrible. And he's like, everyone just get your thoughts off on the table. And everyone did that. And I mean, some people said I didn't care and other people didn't care. And I was like, well, I was pretty pissed actually, because I was like, I can get right out of bed and fucking in the lobby, and like whenever I get in the lobby, I'll go fucking hard the first map. I don't care. And I could hear like nothing. Like you guys aren't. It didn't seem like you guys are trying. That's what I was saying. But I mean, when we were trying, like you could feel it. But there definitely were days where it was just like, I don't know. It was hard almost not to write it off. Like I know people like App, like he goes hard. But some days, you know, like we tried so hard for so long, knowing that we were never going to change our roster and that this is what it was going to be, and we have to get better. And we'd have like stretches where they were pretty good, and then it got bad, and it was just like everyone, you could tell the vibe was like, oh, we're back here again. Like this sucks. And it was just tough. But then, yeah, so like one of the nights after the scrims, and it was like one of those bad days, I was sitting down there and I was running AR for a couple days, and it didn't really make sense. I wanted to run an AR. I've wanted to since Ghost, like, is my favorite role. Even tried it last year in Black Ops 4. Didn't really work out. I fried here at the pre-land when we were here doing it, but yeah, it didn't work out in the long run. And yeah, I mean, I'm playing with Octane. Like, he's freaking crazy at the AR. After that, when we swapped back, I was just like, I don't want to run an MP5. Like, they made, like, now there's new attachments and shit. I have to get used to that. And I don't like playing fast. I don't like how you have to just go in this game. Like, there's very little time, I feel like, where you're like calm down and just like, I don't know, thinking, it's just go and do some crazy shit. And I mean, that's probably not all it is, but that's how it felt for me. And it was something I didn't enjoy. And, I sat there, I think it was everyone but Slacked. And I was like, dude, honestly, you guys should probably just play with Proto. And Joey was like, no, that's not happening. I'm like, honestly, I am not enjoying this. Like, I do not want to run an MP5. Went to sleep, woke up the next day. We were supposed to scrim. I didn't wake up on time for it. I looked at my phone and we were scrimming somebody I've never heard of. So my ego was like, why? Who am I playing? Fucked up of me, but I was just like, yeah, whatever. Slept through it. Then I woke up and I text Bob and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done. Like, I don't want to play anymore. And I don't know if the guys maybe thought I was trolling the night before, but I was like, this shit ain't fun. I don't want to run MP5. I'm not gonna fucking do anything against a BZ and all of them. Like, I might have a map every here and there, but like consistently, there's no fucking way. No way. No way I'm keeping up with them. And then yeah, it happened within like 2 hours.
Within 2 hours, a career that spans close to 10.
I mean, I was kind of mind blown.
Yeah. That's why I don't question it. That's why I ask, right? Like, is it this game that made you think that way? Because again, it's like you're thinking about all of your feelings that you've been saying. And I'm no fucking psychiatrist here, but everything that you've said, if you're paying attention, like, it's all been game related. And again, trading a player or two, as you just said. But aside from that, like, the love of the game is still there. You're never gonna stop being a competitor. That doesn't ever go away. Trust me.
I'm gonna be a competitor, but I don't know. Like this game, I probably played a quarter amount of the time this game that I played in Black Ops 4. I enjoyed playing Black Ops 4 for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know.
That's crazy. So now what, right? Like, what is the next steps? Like, how do you are this person. You're this person who holistically is a competitor first, a Call of Duty competitor, and that's that, right? Like everything else that you apply yourself to, there's a level of competition that you just can't get away from because that's what makes you you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you make the decision to stop being who you are, when you make up a decision to say, I'm going to take 95% of my being, which is a competitor in Call of Duty, and put it on the shelf. I don't know for how long, or I don't know if I'll ever be able to just take him off the shelf. Let's take him off the shelf. Take him off the shelf and be like, you know what? I want you to play again.
Yeah.
Like, how do you like? What's your mentality like in situations like that? Because it's not an easy one. You're literally taking 95% of who makes you you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What I'm imagining, and says, all right, I'm gonna go do something else. Like, what are those feelings like, dude?
I don't know. I haven't like had any feelings. I feel like I already went through it in World War II. Like all the tough shit. That was that. This one was just like, I don't know, dude. I like playing other games. Not this game. And who knows? I mean, it could be this game, but like I said, I even tweeted, I was like the first month of COD. I mean, I could play the new COD. I will play the new COD, but like after a month, I probably won't care. Like pubs and that shit don't do it for me. Like, I don't know. And there just has to be something to play. Like, and I feel like another part of it is you don't compete like that much anymore. Like even Black Ops 4, we played tournaments. We had the pro tournaments or whatever, like every other week or something in Black Ops 4. That shit was fun. It was something, a serious play. You got to play search. You got to play every mode against all the good teams, pro teams. It was every week. Instead now it was like the first 5 months were like scrimming every day, nothing, no tournament. Like I'd rather be an amateur at that point. They have a tournament like every other week. Instead, like new game comes out, okay, go scrim for 5 months or from October till January. Like that ain't fun. Like I was probably burnt out from playing that shit in that time span.
Yeah.
Like give me something to play. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Even if it's online, like there has to be something.
Yeah. The problem there is that I think like it could have been really easy for us to throw up a tournament and everybody would have flown there because everybody would have wanted to. Like if I got one of our sponsors to put up money and then I set up the scrim, people would have, in that time span, people would have done it. Yeah. Right. But
even then, like I said, online tournaments. Like if we had online tournaments.
But even then, like I understand why we weren't able to do that. Obviously, the league is brand new.
Exactly.
Brand
I mean,
new.
that like stopped it all.
Yeah, we need to have like 5 months of build up into like this one thing. Like nobody could have predicted COVID, right? Obviously, but at the same time, you also can't go away with not having competitive for 5. Like
that's what I mean. I mean, it might not have been 5, but however October till January, like it's just to me, it was like
it felt like 5
that
months.
time frame was like a void of no competing. Like they're just getting on scrimming. Yeah. To me, that it wasn't fun at all. And I mean, shit, it's probably gonna keep being like that. I wouldn't see it being any other way.
Yeah, I think we dropped the ball there. I mean, everybody dropped the ball in that situation. I think we're dropping the ball now. Right now we have a 2 week break where there's nothing there. Like there's not like, and even challengers like
after we had 3 back-to-backs.
Yeah, The point of the matter is nobody could have foreseen this thing happen, right? It is how we react to it that's going to define that whole spiel. But I think that there are opportunities, like the fact that Huntsman hasn't played FaZe in such a long time, ever, right?
Yeah.
Scrims maybe, but the fact that we haven't seen each other on a tournament day, like that's like everybody wants to see that. Everybody wanted to see that, right?
Yeah.
Like what I'm gonna call Paul from Atlanta FaZe, or I'm gonna call Banks and Tommy and be like, yo, we need to fucking host something right here or in Atlanta. Let's have like this massive show match and make it a best of something.
Even
right?
then, like, I mean, dude, this year it's probably not as many as I feel, but there's been plenty tournaments where I got knocked out, and I got knocked out to the same team twice. lose to Dallas twice, lose to Minnesota twice. Like I played them and one other team.
Yeah.
But I beat the other team, but then lost to say Dallas, and then beat the other team, and then I played Dallas again.
Yeah.
It was just like it's tough. I mean, it's tough, but it probably is good. But personally, I don't like it. I just miss the old feeling.
Yeah.
That was just how COD was.
I think that has a lot to do with everyone's feelings too, right? We went from a beautiful time in the MLG days where everybody, and I mean everybody, showed up. Like even attendees were competing, and there was this massive, like, sort of get together of all of the people that love Call of Duty and competitive Call of Duty. And they get together and have that. After the match is done, everybody meets at the bar. Everybody goes to dinner, and like this whole community. Yeah. It's like everybody went to Disneyland together. Everybody that is in love with this one common thing went together to go have fun somewhere. We take that away. We turn it into a professional league, which I think it's the right move, and it's
100%,
right. But you also take away that feeling, right? Like, and then you get COVID on top of that, which really takes away the fucking feeling.
That just screws it all,
right? Yeah. Because like even I think when we went to Minnesota, it also felt like it was like a little bit like forced, right? There was no fans, there was no community.
And COVID had happened at the worst time, right before your guys' event.
Yeah. Well, that too. Like I'm over it now.
No, just in general though, like I don't know, it's just different. It's not the same feeling anymore.
Yeah, I'm over it now. But I had like this whole spiel where I don't know. I'm not gonna give.
Shit, it was like WrestleMania or something not happening.
It was something. It was something for us, right? Because we put a lot of thought into it, right? We put a lot of thought into it, and I'm over it now. I don't even want to talk about it because I won't get over it anymore. But I was super excited to have that. We're gonna have the massive party on a rooftop. Like, it's gonna be fucking dope, man. Yeah. God damn it. On the amateur side, right? What I haven't been paying any attention to it at all.
Yeah.
On the amateur challenger stuff, like they gave us a choice to not have a challengers team, right? They gave us a choice to have one or not have one, or have city circuit stuff, and we had something going for the Chicago event, but I don't think so. Like, it's at what point does it stop being about the old guard, about the use, about the Seths, the Claysters, that a lot of weight is put into these personalities to drive a business, right? Because at the end of the day, we're investing a lot of money into this thing, and as such, we have to have some return on the investment.
Yeah.
And we can't just pick up the best players out there just because they're the best players, right? Like I'm going to go for the people that have a following that's going to allow me to sell sponsorships, that's going to allow me to pay them what I need to pay them.
Yeah.
But I think that the challengers thing is an interesting sort of scenario, because now we can have up and comers. But we went from such a big pool of top professional players that you have people like General sitting on the bench not fucking playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, even like, and in all the other years, you look like might not have been on the best team, but they might have done like maybe an 8th, and then all of a sudden they're like top 3 or something. Yeah. But now it's like they don't even get a chance.
So that's my issue right there with the challenger stuff. Like I'm all for giving people opportunities to grind it and get better and be the next iteration of what we built, right? But to not allow our bench to compete in something like that makes no sense to me, right? Like, who do they practice with if we do need them one day?
Yeah, we ran into something like that, and I don't know how it all works, but it was just like, oh, well, can we play with Casey like soon? It's like, well, he just has to like say bye to his team, or I don't know. There was just a bunch of weird rulings and all of it, and I don't know what's correct or what's right.
Me either.
Because it is a weird situation,
and I'm sure it's justified. I'm pretty sure that they thought about everything, right? Like, there's a reason why you can't just like swap players, because then you have General going to go win that tournament because of know what I mean?
Either way, in the end, like it probably sucked. Like when we took Casey, Pander, like we just had to take him from, I guess, our academy team, and like they needed someone. And then I guess it was like, I think if he plays a couple games with us, or like 2 events or something like that, and then like say we were, hey Casey, you're going back to the bench, maybe we're trading Enable or we're bringing Enable back, he can't play in amateur now. So I don't know. It's all sorts of weird.
Yeah.
But
in that situation, I'm okay with it, and I'm not okay with it as it is because I know that it can be fixed. The reason I say I'm okay with it is because this is the first time we've ever done it.
Yeah.
So there's like no way to fucking.
I don't know if
figure
anyone knew how the hell you're supposed to do that.
I don't think anyone knew either. That's why I'm saying I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it as long as it improves next year, and as long as there's a clear path as to what can happen for an amateur to be able to compete at the highest level, or adversely for our bench to compete in that and stay warm and stay practiced and stay
100%.
and still have a chance to earn money and still have a chance to I mean everything from a broadcast perspective, even, right? The fact that we're not broadcasting these matches
until recently, I think.
Until whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense.
They
right?
should have a spotlight at least.
I don't think that the fear of losing viewerships on the main channel because an amateur team is having like this incredible thing, it's going to be a permanent thing.
It's like Call of Duty has been that. Like, yeah, there's the pros, but like the events and everything that Call of Duty was hugely a part of everybody else.
Yeah.
Like the pros are there to play, but like, dude, like, yeah, it's like you said, you got people who are playing in the open brackets, amateur brackets. They were watching. Everyone is involved, and like, it was pretty bad that they like didn't even have a stream until recently.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're all a part of it.
Yeah.
Whether it's at the top level or the amateur level.
Yeah. My thing in situations like that is like, why not give this a viewership and in hopes that there's this standout player out there that's going to gain a following off of that and is going to be like, okay, look, this dude's that. Let's follow him.
Yeah,
and
you wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if some of these new players, like halfway through the season were picked up. Maybe they were picked up because of that. People seeing them doing well. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they just knew them. But,
I think the tracking system in what we do too is also lacking a bit. Like the infrastructure to be able to track everybody's analytics.
Yeah.
From start to finish. Like, think about, what was it? Call of Duty Elite. What game was that? What game was Call of Duty Elite?
It was one
3?
of the Modern Warfares.
Modern Warfare 3.
Probably 3.
Modern Warfare 3. They had this, they had Call of Duty Elite in which you can track all of your stuff. Yeah. And then, I don't know who it was, but you can take information from that and apply it to your ranking system in 360 icons and shit. It was a really good strategy, but because of that, like, they took that away. So they gave us something and they took it away.
Something bad happened with like Elite where like people could hack you or something like that. Something weird.
Whatever. But
it was a good idea though.
Yeah, it's an easily patchable thing.
Yeah.
Like add extra security, but don't remove it altogether because it's easier. Yeah. Right? So I that is like my one bone to pick with Activision is that so many times they release something that's good and they take it away. Right? Like people say
like quads for realism quads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's, I guess, I don't know.
But yes, to what you just said.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, when you have a good league play like it was in Black Ops 2. Yeah. People say that World War II had an excellent one. I didn't play it. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, for the most part, yeah, like I'd say they both were pretty good. I think from what I remember, World War II, like once you got ranked pretty high, you played people at your level. If there was enough players to fill it. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, you'd get someone who was a lot lower, but when everyone was grinding it, it was like you'd almost find lobbies full of pros. Yeah. Almost like if you're watching, I don't know, an ESEA match or Face It match on CS:GO. Yeah. When the pros are playing.
What is the name of that website that we use to track your elo on Battalion 1944?
Face It.
Face It. Yeah, the Face It, right.
Same thing.
So I don't understand why we don't have something like that. Like, why not allow Face It, or why not allow, like, if you don't want to allow them to fucking capitalize on your game.
I think it's all on them allowing them.
It's all on who allowing
Activision.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't want to allow Face It to have that data, buy Face It and fucking give it to the world, please, because that's something that's needed. I remember one of the things I liked about Battalion 1944, and the reason that I played it for as much as I did, is because I saw improvement in my gameplay week over week. You know what I mean? Like,
it seems like they are trying to do it with GB, but I feel like GB in terms of like competitiveness is just outdated. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not where you're gonna find the best anymore. Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, but in GB you have to go log in, fucking.
Oh, you can't do it all in game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I've never used it.
I want it to be integrated into the game to where I can just find a match and that's the match.
But if everything was PC, it would also be a lot easier.
I guess.
Because I think all Face It, yes, those all PC games.
Joining into a lobby though, like I join a lobby on every single day. I join a lobby in which people from Xbox, people from PlayStation, and people from PC join to the same lobby.
Yeah, but like Face It though, like you know when we played, you open Face It and you join a party on Face It.
Oh, you're right.
And then it queues you and does all the vetoes and then opens you up right into the game.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's it can't be, bro. It's a 40 billion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a way to figure it out.
Yeah, just hire somebody. Yeah. Fuck, man.
Like, or just make a normal rank system. It's probably easier for everyone.
Yeah, I just don't. Why? This is the question. I wish I would have asked Vonderhaar this, and I don't know if I would have been able to. But when I did the podcast with him, I forgot to ask him, and I kicked myself to this very day as to why they weren't able to transfer the League Play code into Black Ops 3 and then Black Ops 4 and ultimately just fucking donate it to the cause or sell it to Activision as a whole as an asset for them to distribute across all of them.
Yeah, because other than World War II, I think we only got like a comp playlist, right? I don't think there's been a ranked.
No.
Only those two.
Only those two.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I want to live in a world in which I join a lobby and then I see a dude that's ranked platinum in competitive.
Or I guess Black Ops 4 had it.
Sort of,
yeah. It was more like a play to level.
What I want to do, though, is I want to be able to join Warzone and see the guy that killed me with a label that says, this guy's platinum in competitive. That's why he beat the shit out of me the way that he did. Because he's platinum. He earned it. He's that good.
Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to be able to see that because if I see that, I'm like, I was like, I gotta go compete there. If I want to be as good as this guy at Warzone, I gotta go fucking be that good over here.
Yeah.
And sort of split your game, split your commitment to the game. And all right, for the first 2 hours of my stream, I'm gonna play competitive because I want to rank up my elo, whatever, and then I'm gonna end it with something fun and a little bit less stringent.
Well, even for people who don't know, I mean, if you drop into Warzone, I kill you with a fucking shiny ass emblem. You're gonna be like, how does he have that?
Yeah.
Let me go look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, yo, hey, dude, want to come play?
Yeah.
Like, get a rank up?
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
yeah, dude, I cannot tell you how many relationships I forged in my life because of wanting to play with people who are just as good as me, if not better.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't played a single pub game in Modern Warfare. I can't tell you when the last time it was that I played a public game of anything. I've always only played game battles. I've only played BRs.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying because I'm good enough. I'm just saying that from I just like shit to be more serious.
Yeah.
When I used to play basketball every single day of my life, I only played with people who took it serious. People who were gonna sweat. People who were gonna elbow me. People who were gonna get elbowed and not say shit.
Yeah.
I never played with fucking scrubs. You know what I mean? That's not that was not me. It's not my personality. It's not what I want to do. I want to. If I'm a competitor, I'm always want to do that, right? Like in pubs, I'm not knocking anybody that plays pubs. If you enjoy pop stomping and all that, awesome.
Yeah.
I just like S&D and that's that. That's my thing. That's what I want to compete in.
You see a guy drop a nuke in S&D in this game?
No,
it's crazy.
No, but I did see a guy lose a match. A round 11 because he threw his controller because he just won. You see it? Did you see it?
No.
So this guy has the controller in his hand, and it's a round 11. He climbs. He comes down green, climbs on top of the jump up, and sees his opponent. The last guy that's gonna go through to green and watch bomb.
Yeah.
Kills him, and he's like, yes. It throws his controller. I'm assuming when he throws his controller, something bumps the trigger for the nade. He's facing his teammate who got to the bomb at 9 seconds and started defusing. Killed him. The reaction, the face is fucking awesome.
Oh, man.
Imagine that, round 11 to win the tournament, and you're like, yes, throw your controller.
Dude.
Or you put it on your lap, it falls and it lands on the trigger.
The amount of times, even like competitive, like you'll be sitting there, win a crazy ass round 11. I got fucking Matt or Ian beside me, and they're just like, yeah, let me get you, and I'm literally just like gripping my square button.
You're like protecting it?
Yeah, like fucking don't let go. Like Seth would always be like, dude, Damon, don't let go of him, man. Or something like that. It's always him who had to say something. I'm sitting there, you try to sit between these two fuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
oh shit, dude, I would hate for something like that to happen, but I would.
Oh, that's like that was like one of my biggest fears, like
that somebody was gonna do that,
or just I would do it. Like it sometimes, disconnects. Like you literally would have to slide, like especially in Black Ops 4, slide to the bomb, and like there'd always be like a little bit of a delay, and like you have to like get it. You better hope there's not a gun like next to the bomb either. You pick that up, and then don't let go. Like don't do anything else. Like
don't disconnect.
Just sit there and don't move square. Like don't do anything until it's over.
Was it Ghost where the Bluetooth thing came to light, or was that which one was that? Remember where Bluetooth was like you couldn't have your phone next to your Bluetooth and all that?
Probably Black Ops 4, PS4.
Was it? No, because it was a UMG event. 100% it was a UMG event. But imagine
Ghost wasn't on PS4. It was whatever's PS4 after Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3. Yeah.
Was it Black Ops 3? Yeah. But imagine, right? I remember.
Oh yeah, no, it was the first one. Yeah, 100%.
But imagine you're round 11, you're holding it down, and then somebody turns on their phone, and you get disconnected. Remember when you yelled at the people that were sitting fucking behind you?
Yeah, I remember that
in London.
I was trying to find the video the other day. I couldn't find it.
I think Hitch may have put it in Vision. I think where you're like, can you get these fucking people out?
Like they told me before, like everyone was lagging because of Bluetooth. Like no one's supposed to be in the pit with the Bluetooth. I turn around after I go like fucking 13 and 40 versus Supremacy. Like they weren't good. I turn around and the whole posse's behind me with their phones out. Like, what are you doing, man?
Like you know the fucking rules.
That's probably the only time. Actually, yeah. During a match that I've popped off at someone, I was genuinely pissed.
Yeah, and I don't think I think that's allowed. I don't think that any of those like
I think they knew.
Yeah, they knew they fucked up. All right, I'm gonna end the part. There's a couple of questions I asked this morning because I usually don't let people just ask. I just like to be the one, but I figured because it's you, I would allow people to ask you questions. I have 4.
Okay.
From Hannibal, Cespaspavoris. Says, what was the best experience along his whole career? Say trips, competitive, your relationships. What's the best experience along your entire career?
Trips, competitive.
Just the whole thing. Your whole career, what was the one thing that you remember that was like, that was a good time? And I know there's thousands of them, so just pick the first one that comes to mind.
I mean, the most obvious one's probably the IW champs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you guys have been waiting for it for years, and I had already been on the team for... 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years? 2. And it was like, we should have had one by now.
Yeah.
And that whole year was just crazy. And then how we ended, like the double reverse sweeps, fucking playoffs. And then we get to champs and we get 3-0'd. And we come back double or 3-0, 3-1. Like,
bro, you know what's crazy?
It was crazy, and
that event was a meant to be game. That we were supposed to win that. Everything about that, like even, and I have it on my vlog. Everything about that day was fucking like magical. From the one thing that I'll never forget, and I'll always remember this one thing is when one of you asked for a banana. And there was no bananas in the stream room. There was no banana in the pro lounge. There was no bananas at the stores. And I'm walking down the corridor, and then I look to my right, and there's a fucking banana and an apple just sitting. It was like I was Zelda. I was just Link.
Placed. It was like
I was Link in a Zelda game, and I found the fucking key to whatever. Because there was no bananas anywhere.
He was going through a maze, and it's just like you
on top of a box. There's a banana and a fucking apple. And I'm like, I pull out my phone. I'm like, this is meant to be. It's fucking meant to be. Grab the banana, give it to whoever needed it, and the whole thing was magical to me.
Yeah, I mean, just that event in general, and I'd even say like, playoffs too is like, I've always talked like, people always say like, were you guys like the best team? And I'm like, yeah, but we could have been better because we never like always were like 100% playing together, like doing nothing wrong. And those last 2 events, like. That was peak optic. Like we weren't fucking up. Like our comms, teamwork, everyone knew like the goal on every map, every situation. And it was just like, that was one of those moments we had where everything went right. And then we did lose in winners finals. And that's probably the only time I think we all were like, what the hell just happened? Like we all like, I don't know how we just lost like that. And I think that is just like...
Never mind.
Yeah, but that just... I mean, that was a huge turning point. It could have been fucking Krim, like, rah, 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 and everyone else could just be losing their minds. But no, everyone was just like, we're still in this. And, so that's like a rare thing to happen when you get bodied that bad.
That leads me to my next question. From Ricardo Lavia Concha. He says, in what of the 3 dynasty that you were a part of did you feel most valuable, or which one you felt you were more... I'm changing he to you. That's why I'm having trouble. I'm just going to read it the way you wrote it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
In what of the 3 dynasty he felt most valuable, of which one he felt he was more impactful in the outcomes of the seasons and champs? By the way, he was importante in the 3, of course. He's the GOAT, but I wonder, in your point of view, which one you were the most impactful in?
Of the 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear anything. What the hell? Of the 3, well, Ghost, everyone kind of did their thing. It's between Black Ops 2 or Infinite Warfare. I mean, Black Ops 2, I think I played pretty good the whole damn tournament. Aside from last map, honestly, the Meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
And then Infinite Warfare, I think I played like shit all the way until Sunday, to be honest. So it might have been Infinite Warfare. Because, I mean, if I don't have... Like, Matt had a really good Sunday. He had a really good tournament. But if I would have played how I did... probably every other match aside from Winners Finals versus Envy, because I actually did good, but everyone else did bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of weird. Probably Infinite Warfare was probably the most impactful one I had, I'd say. It's probably the best Infinite Warfare I played all year. Like, I just felt untouchable.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Last one from Kevy. He says, I'll pitch a few. If the next Call of Duty is actually competitive, would you consider coming back? Maybe it's a coach role, if not playing.
Well, right now, like I said, I've told my stream this, like, I'm going to try streaming, at least till the season's over. Probably keep doing it. It's going pretty well so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of things I can do that can make it better. But I definitely would be interested in coaching. Playing, though, that's like a stretch. I think there's too many variables.
And I know that it's just happened, right? Like, your retirement literally just happened.
Yeah.
So
retirement, it's so weird. Like, I don't even like the retirement thing.
Yeah.
It's like I still play video games.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just not playing. I don't know. It is retirement, but
I know what you mean.
It just doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, streaming is definitely the number one priority. And then streaming and possibly coaching. Because I do want to stay, have some ties to Call of Duty some way.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's a way I could be impactful.
Yeah.
But, I just want to make sure, like, hey, if I can still stream and I can do good at streaming, maybe follow the paths, like, kind of like Teep. But, maybe not that level, but still be connected to Call of Duty. Like, I would like to coach and, see how it goes. But playing is like, playing's like last resort. I don't know. I'd have to be blown away, and I don't know. I'd need a good fucking team to ask me to play. But there's no way. I don't see any of that happening.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Never close the door on yourself. Let somebody else close it for you.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? But that's like very low chance.
Cool. Well, look, man, thank you for stopping by. This won't be the last time, as I said the last time. So just know that you're right down.
I'll probably be back, and they'll be like, "Oh, look, he's back!" But he's actually back.
He's playing. Oh shit. Yeah. Look, you live right down the street. I don't know what your contract situation looks like. I don't want to talk about your contract, obviously, especially not in front of the cameras. Not that I would behind the cameras anyway, but I would want us to reunite at some point or another. So. Always consider my door an open door. Obviously, we'll go through the appropriate channels to make everything like nice and all that. But
I like familiar faces.
Yeah, so do I. Trust me, so do I. Well, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Make sure that you use some sanitizer before you go. Don't touch your eyes.
A little squishy.
Get a sty. And it won't be nice. Anyway, thank you again to DoorDash for sponsoring the podcast. Certainly appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed it, please do not leave without leaving a like. If you guys enjoyed it, if you're listening to it, give it a like rating, give it a comment, do it all. Let's get this bumped up and back in order. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.